Hey guys, so what I wanted to talk to you about today was I had an interaction with a patient in one of the back pain groups over the last sort of week or so, and one of the things that they sort of displayed to me was one of the big problems that we see with people trying to get recovered from back pain. And I thought that if I shared that with you and shared my thoughts on that, then that would be quite a good quite valuable learning experience for you guys to help in your recovery. So basically the situation was that the patient had been to see a chiropractor and they'd also been to see their surgeon. Now they had some scans, the surgeon had seen the scans, they sort of winced like, oh, that, they said to the patient that, that doesn't look good. I can see there's loads of damage in there. The chiropractor didn't see the scans, but had said to the patient that, actually don't worry, pain is generated by the brain. I don't need to see the scans in order to help you get better. The patient didn't like what the chiropractor had to say. They didn't really get on with their chiropractor. They trusted their surgeon really well. So there was a bit of a discourse there. And the really important learning point is that, the patient trusted the surgeon because they got on with them, but the surgeon had terrible advice. It was scientifically not accurate. But they had a poor relationship with their chiropractor, but what the chiropractor was saying was actually more factually accurate than what the surgeon was saying. The reason that I say that is because the patient, if you remember, the patient had an X-ray, MRI, some sort of image. The surgeon said that they could see damage on it, and that was what was causing the patient's pain. That in itself, that message is the problem. So we know that for 90% of people who have back pain, so 9 out of every 10 person with back pain, you cannot see the cause of that pain on an X-ray, on an MRI, or on a CT. It's called multifactorial low back pain. Now, what we find on an X-ray or an MRI or CT might be involved in that person's pain. So it might be a contributing factor. We know that some types of degeneration can be low-level generators of pain. Having degeneration, wear and tear in and around your joints can then change the information that joint sends to your brain, and that may contribute to your pain. But we also know that a huge number of people have wear and tear in their spine, myself included, and have zero pain that comes from that. In fact, for myself, the only time when I actually get back pain is when actually I get really, really stressed. So why would stress make degeneration hurt more? Well, it kind of doesn't, but the important message is that just because you have degeneration, wear and tear, arthritis, spondylitis, spondylosis, whatever in your spine, it does not mean that it's related to your pain. So X-rays, MRI, CTs, they show us a piece of the puzzle, but they do not show us the whole puzzle. The important thing to go with that, sorry, I keep saying important thing, it's important to recognize what else is making up the puzzle of your back pain. So yes, the MRI and X-ray and CT and whatever might be showing some stuff that's involved, but you cannot change that. You can't regenerate the tissues in your spine. But actually, we know that poor quality or quantity of sleep is related to pain. We know that if your activity level isn't high enough, then that's going to be related to your pain. We know that if your beliefs around your spine are that there's something wrong with it, then that's going to increase your pain. So when we take people through programs, we have to reconceptualize to them what it actually means to have pain and why. As I said earlier, there are people who have spinal degeneration who have no pain, and people who don't have spinal degeneration who have lots of pain. Interestingly, the group of people who have the most degeneration in their spine are people over the age of 60. Now, why do I say that? Well, the people who also have the least back pain out of any subgroup are the people over the age of 60. So if you want to think about it in that sense, there's an inverse correlation. Increasing degeneration in your spine, decreasing levels of pain, which completely goes against that kind of conventional wisdom thought process that a lot of people get told. The overall reason for me to share this whole story with you is because you could visibly see from what how this person was speaking in the group, how much stress it caused them, and it really points us to the direction that people are just not being given a crystal clear journey. You can see how much distress they're feeling. They're very, very frustrated, and I would be. We all would be. You know, I remember when I've had flare-ups and things with pain. I've talked to you guys about it before. I've had shoulder pain, neck pain, headaches. You often get to a point where you're like, well, what am I supposed to do? And it's very, very difficult, because it means that really, if we have a good message like her chiropractor did, we need to be able to communicate that effectively to patients. So the thing I really want you to take away from today is that, yes, if you've had an MRI or an X-ray or a CT or ultrasound or whatever, and it's shown some wear and tear, some degeneration in your spine, don't panic, okay? It is part of the story, but it does not tell us the whole story. So the important thing that we can do is acknowledge it and then move forward with effective strategies. So things like making sure we get good quality sleep, increasing your overall activity levels. In the UK, the NHS recommends a minimum of 150 minutes of moderate physical exercise a week. So that's something that you do that gets your pulse up. We can also work on effective patient re-education. That's one of the base levels of everything that we do with the Movement Studio. We go take people through a mindset masterclass where they can fully understand what's going on, and then we show them what they need to do about it. So I hope you guys find that video useful. If you have any questions about that and you wanna ask me, stick them in the comments below, and I will try and answer those for you. Hope you enjoy this one, and I look forward to speaking to you guys again soon.